A game of two Sagamore Conference teams. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Western Boone High School Stephen A. Wall Gymnasium. I'm Nathaniel Finch, joined here by Tyler Brunty for WBTV Sports, where the Stars coming into this one hosting the Mounties 4-6, Southmont 6-6, in a game that should be pretty close, especially without some key players for Western Boone.
Yeah, again, Kara Brewer is out this week, believed to have a stress fracture in her foot. She's attempted to come back this week. She did not, hoping for speedy recovery, so obviously for her. And just like last week, going to have a couple Stars look to step up. The freshman Emily Conyer is going to start again.
Yeah, and as for Brewer, can't play this week, can't play next week, but she's shooting for the week that we come back from break. So after the tournament that the Stars will be participating in Evansville at Vincennes, that is, they will be back against Fountain Central on the 7th of January, and that's where Kara Brewer's tentatively trying to play her first game back from that injury, as well as Lauren Flory is hoping to be back sometime mid-January from her ACL tear from earlier during the soccer season. So the Stars, they're kind of weak right now. They don't have a whole lot of depth at all, and when they do rotate some people in, they don't usually stay in for that long. So Western Boone really needs to work on keeping their starters out of foul trouble for today.
Yeah, and they did a good job of that last week versus Lebanon. Very little foul trouble, but just some inexperience, not bad play at all by these new freshmen coming in, new sophomores, but inexperience, and that's a big factor here. And
good evening, Superintendent Rob Randy.
The Mounties are relatively healthy right now, can rotate about 7 or 8 deep, so that should be an advantage for them.
Yeah, we'll see. Southmont right now, we'll look at some of the numbers, Tyler, that they're averaging as a team for shooting. As you can see on your screen here in just a moment, shooting percentages for, as for just normal field goals, they're around the 32% mark. Three-pointers, 22%, and then also shooting 38 from two-point field goals.
Yeah, and a couple leading scorers here for the Mounties. Sydney Veach, the junior, is averaging a double-double with 12.1 points and 11.5 rebounds. Look for her to be a big factor tonight. Addie Charles is also averaging about 9.5 points per game.
And as for Western Boone, just look at some of the numbers here. 36 points per game. That's just a few shy of what Southmont is averaging, even though they have similar records. Their two-point shooting is around 31%. Same with their three-point shooting and their field goal shooting as well. That 31% mark has been pretty consistent for the Stars. And even when they played Southmont, these two teams met up early in the year in the Sugar Creek Classic Tournament, and Western Boone, they shot 31% there as well. So that 31 number has been pretty consistent throughout the year.
Yeah, look for the Stars to take advantage of that good performance shooting threes. And the game matchup last played, Kara Brewer scored 24 points, 6 of them on threes. And look for some open threes. Southmont has been known to leave some open threes up. They're willing to let you shoot the three in their 2-3 zone, but Stars got to take advantage of it and capitalize on all the opportunities they get.
And as you can see for Southmont, they are a lot better averages down low. When they take their shots below the basket, some short range and to mid-range two-point jumpers is where they make their day. A very poor, and I don't want to say very poor, but I mean, shooting 22% from threes is not going to win you all that many ball games. And something that they really need to work on for Southmont is dribbling the ball with pressure. Watching a couple games such as the Danville-Southmont game, where anytime Danville would put on the pressure for Southmont, then that would basically lead to a turnover. As for Western Boone, much of the same against Lebanon, where a lot of unforced turnovers happen for the Stars, where they beat themselves up throughout the game with turnovers that were not really necessary.
Yeah, I look for both these teams to press and work hard on defense. Both Southmont and Western Boone are north of 20 turnovers per game. Southmont averaging about 21 and Southmont averaging about 26. So look for both those teams to possibly run a press and try to get as many turnovers as possible early in the game.
Yeah, you already mentioned a couple names earlier. Here's the full starting lineup for Southmont with Veach, Remley, Mannion, Miller, and Charles rounding out this lineup. And look for Charles to have the ball for most of the game here. She is the main player for Southmont. And like you said, she's averaging 9.5. Veach is 12.1. And Charles usually just commands respect on offense.
Yeah, now, look for a huge size advantage also from Southmont. Southmont is averaging about 10 more rebounds per game than the Stars.
And now let's get into
Hillary Reed, senior.
Emily Conyer, freshman.
Emily Boyle, senior. Tori Wilkinson, senior. Addie Bascom, senior.
We are the Lady Stars.
There you go, the starters for Western Boone. They're wearing white right now, gray, the away jerseys for Southmont. We're about to get underway here for tip-off. Wilkinson, the one to get that one, goes out of bounds. We'll start this one off with Southmont possession, out of bounds on their own side of the court.
And expect Western Boone to take it slow on offense, make sure they get up a good shot, especially with rotation about 5 or 6 deep. They don't want to become a sprint battle here and run out of stamina early.
Girls team first, boys game to follow, and here is an early turnover. Double dribble will give Hillary Reed and the Stars possession early in this one.
That turnover is by Natalie Mannion, another junior starter who's averaging about 4.5 points per game and about 4 rebounds per game.
Stars on a 3-game skid, looking to score first early here. Bascom has it. Sets up the screen. Here's Addie Bascom once again. A lot of pressure by the Southmont defense.
Yeah, and the Southmont obviously is right up on that scattered for about 20 turnovers a game, looking to apply pressure. And they're employing a man-to-man actually right here. Ran 2-3 zone last time. See if they keep that up all game.
Ball open, 2-shot, and misses that one. Wilkinson not able to connect on an open 2-point shot. And a minute has expired here today, and no points to this point yet. Each team has had one drive, and Southmont trying their second one.
Southmont definitely has a size advantage. They have 6-foot Belle Miller and 5'11" Sydney Veach out there. 5'10" Tori Wilkinson, the tallest player for the Stars.
Yeah, Miller was the one that won the tip-off. Here's a turnover, and with some open court instead, Reed will try to slow things down, back it up and reset, and then get this offense going early. Here's the freshman Conyer, being guarded by number 23, Charles. Almost loses the ball, but she regains possession as Reed, the senior. And here we got a quick foul. Turnover.
It's going to be the first foul for either team. It's going to be on number 23, Addie Charles, the 5'11 junior. 5'5 junior, excuse me.
Her first, team first.
She was guarding Conyer. Now the Stars will have possession. Minute and a half into this one. Over in the corner now, down low, 2-point shot. Misses it 0 for 2 on the night is Wilkinson, but the rebound by Voiles. Going in, and we'll see a travel by Emily Conyer. Had some open floor to work with there, but the turnover now cedes any possible points. 0-0 still the score, and Southmont has the ball.
And although she missed that layup, it's good to see Wilkinson get a little involved. They're averaging about 12 rebounds per game, about half the team's rebounds, so to see her get involved early is a good thing. And then we see the press employed by Western Boone. They're trapping.
Some open looks down low, loses the ball, but regains possession, throws that one up and misses another 2. No made shots yet today, as everyone seems to try to extend this 0 streak for as long as they can. And now the first time these two teams met, Tyler, Western Boone coming out of the first quarter, the score was 9-6 in favor of Southmont. Not a lot of points scored there either, but then the second quarter is where 26 total points were scored following. Just take some time to get these offenses warmed up. Here's Bascom trying to do just that. Ball screen. She has a 2-point jumper, but is blocked by Sydney Veach. And now taking the ball up is Addison Charles. Dribbling is Mannion. And you see some sloppy ball handling early by Southmont. Not a big factor yet, but we'll see once the Stars start getting those turnovers how much that affects the game. Timeout called as the double team was over in the corner. Nothing that Mannion can do. And with that, we'll go into a quick timeout here as well and be back with you in 30 seconds after a word from one of our sponsors.
Hoosier Agromag certified and experienced team of professionals provides planning, design, sales, construction, service, and parts for farm and small commercial grain systems. The construction team's clean and quick approach assures the most efficient option for you while keeping your facility operating at its best with an eye for the future. Give Hoosier Agromag a call at 765-436-2203 or visit their website at HoosierAg.com.
Welcome back here. I'm Nathaniel Finch in the presence of Tyler Brunty here for WBTV Sports. Getting back in action after the first time out, 5:11 on the clock. Zeros on the scoreboard. Southmont will have possession after the quick timeout from Coach Oakley of Southmont.
Yeah, and as we mentioned, turnovers may be a fact in this game. They've already started to show up. 2 turnovers apiece for each team about 3 minutes into this first quarter.
Sloppy play from both teams.
Look for Manning to take a size advantage here, the 5'10 junior versus the freshman.
The screen sets up the 3, and it's airballed. That'll be Western Boone ball.
Charles, one of their top 3-point shooters on the year, shooting about 34% from deep.
The team as a whole struggles with that 22% mark from behind the arc, and there the Stars might just try to keep giving them those open looks behind. A 3-2 zone being employed here, trying to apply pressure early.
Yeah, and this is where those open threes might start to pop up some for Mounties if they can, or not the Mounties, excuse me, the Stars if they can find any open looks. Good pressure right now though. Stars haven't found anything quite open yet.
Bascom gets this one swatted again. The height. Here's a 3 and misses that one. An air ball as well. And Conyer has struggled as of late, namely going 1 for 7 against Lebanon. That was last Friday. Conyer has it now though, and she's not afraid to take the threes even if she doesn't have luck early.
Yeah, that's a good thing though. You can't be afraid to take shots if you're Conyer.
Especially as a freshman.
Yes, when the team needs someone to shoot for them, to not be afraid is a good thing.
A lot of pressure set up by this zone early. And now 4 girls against 1 in a jump ball situation after Bascom had nothing, no possible option she could have done there with 4 Mounties giving pressure.
Yeah, now looks like the Stars might change to a 2-3 zone out of this inbound play on the baseline. See if Western Boone looks for an open 3 look at all.
The Mounties playing that 2-3 zone. Here's Conyer now to Reed. Conyer with 3 up there and makes that one the first basket of the game. 3:40 up on the clock. It took that long, but a 3-point advantage now for the home team.
And that gives a good chance for the Stars to get into their press here after that basket. See if they can cause some more turnovers. And there's another one there by the Mounties.
And guess who? Conyer making some plays early. Gets it off to Voiles. Down low and bobbles the ball. A poor pass, and it's stolen. But back in possession of the Stars. Thank you to Addie Bascom for that. And now Reed's just going to slow things down and reset with 3 minutes left in the first.
Yeah, it's a bad combination here for the Mounties. 4 turnovers and 0 points, but there's a jump ball that's going to go to the Mounties.
Now, the difference so far, the 3-point difference has come. Both teams are applying pressure, almost full court pressure each play. The difference is the Stars are just handling the ball better.
Yeah, and in comes the first sub. It's going to be Emma Ward, the senior, averaging about 3 points per game, primarily a ball handler.
Charles looking for some options. She'll take it in herself, now back out.
Yeah, Charles is the main 3-point shooter if they're looking to do that. She's got 30 makes on the year already. And
here's a 2. That was a poor footwork. Missed by the hand of Veach. And now Conyer has some open looks. Gets it off to Voiles. Voiles for 2. This one's up and misses. And no, that's in. The bounce comes and gives the Stars 2 points.
Yeah, there's a shooter's bounce there by Voiles. Didn't look like it was really going. And another turnover by Reed.
Conyer again. Down low. And a jump ball.
It's going to be Western Boone ball.
Physical ball played by both teams. However, Southmont with 2 fouls, the Stars with none. And they're the one player on the court that won't pose too much of a height advantage on Conyer. It is the 5'5" Addie Charles. Moving the ball around. Here's the 2-point shot and missed it off the backboard. Wilkinson, her third miss of the game. Now driving inside, Charles. Charles with the lane, misses the shot, but she'll get 2 free throws.
It's going to be a foul on Conyer, her first, team's first. Charles is going to head to the line. The Stars, chance to pick up their first points. Charles about a 68% free throw shooter, 23 of 34 on the year. First one up and missed.
She'll get another opportunity, though. That was just the first foul of the game by the Stars.
As you can see right now at the bottom of our screen, Stars are taking full advantage of these breaks to give some of their players water, and there's another miss by Charles.
Here applying pressure offensively, and now going to back up and reset a bit. Slowing things down is Reed, who hasn't had to take very many shots yet today, moving the ball around pretty well to this point in the game. A minute 45 on the clock before we head into the quarter break.
Yeah, and Southmont's running a high 2-3 zone where they come and trap the ball carrier. A good pass by Wilkinson out to a 3.
Misses that one, just barely too strong, but an open look, and the Stars, they'll keep shooting those if Southmont wants to keep giving them opportunities. And that is where you saw Kara Brewer come in so much in this last matchup, was where Southmont, they tend to give up a lot of threes, and Kara Brewer specializes in that department here for the Stars.
Yeah, she hit 7 threes in that game, 21 of her 24 points. She's tearing up that zone, and Conyers their next three-point shooter that they're looking for. They're not worried about her taking shots, and a 6th turnover already for the Mounties, yet to score a point about 6 minutes into the first quarter.
Yeah, looking at Brewer's numbers this last matchup, she was 38% from total field goals, 33 from 3, 44 from 2-point shots. All 3 of those were higher than the team average, and she had more than half of the team's points that game. Big loss here tonight, but the Stars still up by 5. And Conyers been a big part of that, Brewer's replacement.
Yeah, and so is Wilkinson, already up around 6 or 7 rebounds, and she's not letting 6-foot sophomore Isabel Miller push her around. She's going to work with those 12 rebounds. Good to see from her. She's going to be shooting her first free throws of the night, and that's going to be the first foul on Remley.
Wilkinson's averaging around 7 points a game. Here's her opportunity to put a couple up. With 5-point lead, make it 6.
Checking in for the Mounties, number 3, Bailey Thompson.
Looking at her numbers from the free throw line so far this year, percentage-wise, Wilkinson 66% from free throws, 21 of 32, make that 22 of 33, and makes that one 2 for 2 at the line at that opportunity, and with 61 seconds left in the first quarter, 7-0 lead by the hand of Wilkinson now.
And Stars obviously love making that basket, but it's a double bonus when they can.
See what they're going to call. Jump ball it is. Reed got in there applying pressure with Wilkinson and Conyer. And there Charles trying to make her case to the referee. Possession arrow in favor of the Stars. Excuse me, of Southmont.
And as I was saying there before the jump ball, the Stars, it's a double bonus for making that basket, obviously get the points, but it allows them to employ that press that they've been working on all week to try and cause those Southmont turnovers.
Down low, a lot of pressure there, and the turnover again. Here's Voiles getting this one, it's blocked. That size advantage, we've already seen 3 or 4 blocks early. Addie Charles has the ball, now gets it over to the far side. The left wing behind the arc, now down low, and an easy 2-pointer. The first shot made of the night for Southmont. And just in time, right before the break, Reed has an opportunity to get 1 shot off with just over 10 seconds on the clock. Gets it to Conyer. Now to Voiles, 7 seconds. Inside, an open shot, 3-pointer is up, and it's in! 3-pointer from Emily Conyer, who's getting hot early. 10-2 is the score. Now be careful, the game, Western Boone Varsity boys basketball had a 10-2 lead early in the game just this past Tuesday against Rossville before they came and ended up losing that game 61-56. But right now the Stars, they're dominating everything, not because of their shooting, but because of their defensive pressure and the turnovers they're forcing.
Yeah, and they're playing more as a complete unit than the Mounties are right now. Mounties have 7 turnovers based off that press, and Right here you can see on the replay a great look for Conyer at the end of the quarter. Her second three of the night, she's leading all scorers with 6.
Yeah, what a nice shot by Conyer, and really a player coming in, and she's the youngest one here that's starting on the team, and she's the one that's really trying to learn this offense that Coach Alexander's been using in the last couple of years. So, of course, you would expect some struggles from her early, but here today she has been on fire.
Yeah, and if you can remember Finch, about 5 years ago, we had another freshman that started varsity named Maddie Jones.
Yeah.
And she struggled a little bit at the beginning of her career too, but this confidence that she's getting right now, playing on varsity as a freshman, getting quality time, is going to help in the later stages of her high school career, and I'm sure Alexander knows that.
Yeah, and likely when Brewer comes back, she'll be relegated back to that 6th-man role. The Stars don't use a lot of subs, but I'm sure if Conyer plays well over the next couple games, she can make her case to be that 6th man quite often.
Yeah, Conyer was the 6th man, scored, I believe, 6 points against the Mounties in the last game. She's already matched that total. And to be a 6th man as a freshman is a good vote of confidence, obviously, for her.
That one off the foot and diving for it. Southmont has possession. Slowing things down, going to reset this. And now from behind the arc is Thompson, now down low. Stolen, an easy steal, and maybe Southmont gets it back. They won't, however, pressure. That one goes out of bounds. Western Boone possession. And I don't know if you can find an easier turnover there, as Voiles was just in the right place at the right time, and it was almost handed to her like a running back in football.
Yeah, and it's obviously correlates. The Mounties have 8 turnovers, down 8 points right now.
A 3-pointer from Conyer, and it's in. Her 3rd of the night.
The freshman is on fire right now, and there's almost another turnover. Addie Bascom volleyball spiked it. And
that ball will stay in possession of Southmont.
yeah, the ref saying that it was last touched by Conyer and that Miller never ended up making contact.
On the ground now. This one goes back in possession now of Thompson, Bailey Thompson. Emma Ward down low, swatted, rolling on the ground, and the Stars with another defensive turnover. Here's Conyer driving inside. She can go outside and in, but that time it goes off the bottom of the backboard, racing down 3-on-2.
And there's another turnover.
Conyer has a girl wide open is Bascom, and instead they'll just slow things down and try to run the offense. 13-2 lead. No need to press things too much.
Yeah, you want to make sure and get a good shot. Obviously, Addie Bascom was down there, but she was not all the way near the layup. And here's a 3 from Reed that misses, but miscommunication there by the
Reed almost tried to take another one. Instead, she'll drive in and misses that one just barely. This one spiked down the ground, stays in possession before we'll see a timeout.
And in comes the first sub for the Stars tonight, number 21, Audrey Knoper. 6:17 left here in the second quarter.
We'll send Voiles to the bench, and Southmont now has the ball with a sub of their own, Emma Ward. Hannah Thompson up high. And we likely see this all night long, the battle down low. Throws this one and makes it a 3-pointer. That was number 12, Hannah Thompson, to make that one in a 5-13 deficit. Southmont trying to chip away at that, their first 3-pointer of the night. Here's Reed going to the right side. That one will go out of bounds, but Reed will get another shot at it.
Yeah, Thompson, a 11% free three-point shooter on the year, so you'll take that if you're the Stars. It's just her 3rd make, but a good make nonetheless. Get that score back down under 10.
Here's Conyer trying to find a player open. She does. Turnover, this time on the pass from Reed. Bailey Thompson now going to drive inside. Thompson throws this one up and misses it. Almost carbon copy of how Hillary Reed missed her shot earlier before it went out of bounds.
Checking back in for Weibo, number 10.
And back in is Voiles. Now we'll send Conyer to the bench, who will likely get some much-earned rest. Drinks some water, and we'll likely see her back shortly. Southmont has the ball. has the three opportunity but doesn't. Now she takes it as Hannah Thompson and misses that one.
Like we mentioned, the Stars will be okay with that. That brings her percentage to 15% on the year, 3 of 20. So she made that first, but you can't be too concerned if you're Western Boone with that shot right there.
Playing really well to this point.
And there's another turnover for the Stars. And
trying to get it back is Reed. She won't. Southmont will have it. Reed does get this one back, except back in the hands now. That one tipped and out of bounds. And some really physical play from this Stars defense, applying a lot of pressure, getting their hands at the ball. And Southmont, like I mentioned earlier in that Danville game, anytime there was pressure is where they struggled handling the ball. And here we see that again tonight.
Yeah, and see if it affects anything at all. They don't have their primary ball handler right now. But there's Beach with another layup, her second basket, the team's leading scorer. Stars don't want to let them get too close. They're up about 10, but only putting 13 points up on the board through a quarter and a half. That lead can diminish quickly.
Scoring 15 in the second quarter alone with Brewer in the lineup last time these two teams met. Misses that shot is Wilkinson. And she's been struggling shooting tonight as Tori Wilkinson. But on defense, she has played very well, gotten a lot of rebounds. And here we see a foul. That was on Addie Bascom.
And Conyer comes back in quickly there for Knoper. See if she can get some more shots up here before the half ends. Hit a couple more threes. She already hit 3 tonight.
In a row, I might add.
And that break and sub gives South a chance, Weebo a chance to run their press.
From down low on the ground, and here's a three from Bailey Thompson. Too strong, misses that one. Conyer with a rebound. Emily Conyer's gonna want to back things up, gets it off to Wilkinson, Bascom, and now Wilkinson and Bascom both had the ball behind the arc. Don't see that very often from the two bigger girls on the team. And a foul will be called as Emily Voiles tried to rip that one out and maybe force a jump ball. That'll be Voiles' first foul. The team's third here with just under 4 minutes left in the second quarter of play. Down 7-13. Here's Southmont's offense with number 25, Natalie Mannion. Gets it back to Bailey Thompson.
Yeah, and Western Boone's obviously done a good job these last couple games. Right now, only 3 fouls. That's going to be 10 seconds on half court. That's going to be another turnover for the Mounties.
And you knew that one was inevitable. The way Southmont has been playing under pressure, Tyler, the Stars, I'm sure they saw that as the matchup to kind of exploit is just the whole team under pressure, not necessarily one person. And there they get the turnover after 10 seconds in the backcourt.
Yeah, but the Stars are going to want to capitalize a little bit more. See if they can get Conyer the ball, feed the hot hand, or feed Wilkinson. She's been using that size.
Conyer has some pressure from Thompson. Thompson gets the steal, but it goes back now on the backside. That will be a turnover from Bascom as the ball went on the far side, and she tried to keep it in but wasn't able to. So now we'll see Bailey Thompson on the near side before that timeout was called by Coach Alexander. It's a full timeout. And here we saw a lot of pressure situations on both sides of the ball, but Western Boone's defense, the ones able to capitalize the most. So with that, we'll take a timeout and be back here in a few short moments on WBTV Sports.
Ready to make a move? Then look no further than Moody & Company, powered by Keller Williams Realty, as a top 5% real estate team in all of Boone County and greater Indianapolis. Moody & Company works hard so you don't have to. So when moving time comes, you better get moving with Moody. Call 765-336-1622 today.
Welcome back here to a 6-point ball game. The home team is ahead on the scoreboard. Western Boone 13, Southmont 7 with 3:26 left in the second. We just experienced a full timeout from Coach Alexander that still has 15 seconds remaining on it. And both teams, they fouled each other 3 times, so not really foul trouble yet for either team. 3:26 up before that number resets to 0 for each team. Now stay tuned, because after this game we'll have the Western Boone varsity boys play the Southmont varsity boys team as well. You can find that right here on WBTV Sports. Remember to subscribe to WBTV Sports, that red button, and then the notification bell next to it. You'll get notifications anytime we go live for one of our broadcasts. Now back onto the court. Standing in front of the scorers table is number 3, Bailey Thompson. Gets this one in to Addie Charles. Charles is a junior. Faking the 3. Almost got Addie Bascom to bite. And this one rolling on the ground again. Poor pass. And waiting to hear the jump ball. There it is. Possession remains on that side of the court. A lot of jump balls so far today, and I'm sure that both coaches would like that to continue. Really physical play from these girls on the floor so far tonight. 20 points total to this point. Here's the three-pointer, and it's in. And now we have a three-point game after the Stars were up by around 10 earlier, allowing Southmont to come back by the three-point shooting prowess so far of this team. That's not really much of a three-point shooting team. Gets this one, almost took the 3 instead. We'll get it up high at the top of the key. Now the left wing over to Voiles. Conyer has it, and now we're starting to hear some more noise as this gym starts to fill up a little bit more. Hillary Reed gets it to Voiles, and resetting things is Emily Voiles. Conyer with the near handoff. Going inside, Conyer throws this one up, misses it, but is fouled.
It's going to be the first foul on number 3, Thompson.
Yeah, and it was right before that foul, Tyler. I was about to turn and make a comment to you about how well Bailey Thompson has been playing to this point, coming off the bench.
Yeah, like we just saw her hit that 3, and she's not known as a huge scorer for the Stars, but coming to put some valuable minutes. The Mounties, that is.
Now, Tyler, you're from Southmont in the district. Now you're at Western Boone. You seem to be mixing up the two names quite a bit. I'm sure we'll get that figured out here before the boys' game later tonight. Here's Conyer from the free throw line. Missed her first shot there in that trip. Here's her second one.
Yeah, Conyer, a 69% free throw shooter on the year, but misses both of those.
That'll drop her number to around 65. Southmont with Thompson, who's been playing well to this point. Down low, Miller. Now to the outside. Three-pointer is up and a little too far on the shot. That's a foul on the floor. Isabel Miller has been fighting with Addie Bascom for most of this game. And Bascom's the one that gets called for her second foul.
Yeah, gotta be careful not to get that third here and put herself in some foul trouble for the half.
13-10 is the score. The team down on the scoreboard has the ball. Here's Southmont's offense. Dribbling the ball around is Mannion. Now gets it to the three-point shot, and it's in from way downtown. Number 23, Addie Charles. Her second three-pointer of the game. Emily Voiles now with a tie ball game coming out of nowhere.
Yeah, Stars here on an 11-0 run. I believe the Stars have not yet scored in this second quarter.
Mounties with those 11 straight points. Sure could use a three-pointer from Conyer. She's been hot today, but been kept under wraps lately. She's going to drive inside, go for the 2, and misses that one. 5'5" Conyer going up against 6'0" Isabel Miller.
And there's an and one opportunity for Addie Bascom. You foul on number 10, Sydney Beach, her second, excuse me. Addie Bascom's first basket.
Shooting 53% from the line is number 52.
It's a good time for a basket there. Got the offensive rebound and give Stars some momentum here. See if they can score a couple more buckets before halftime.
Addie Bascom from the free throw line makes it 3 points on that play, and the lead regained by the Stars, 16-3.
And that gives them, again, that chance to implement that pressure. Southmont broke pretty easy that time, but it's been giving them fits today.
Driving inside, throws this one up and makes it. 10, Sydney Beach. Her 9th point of the game. working on Southmont's front side of the defense, and a foul called.
That's going to be a third on Sydney Beach. They're going to have to take her out for the rest of this half and hope she doesn't get a fourth there early in the third quarter. And now the Stars may get a couple chances for free throws here with 6 fouls. About 4 to 3 seconds left. Another one to put them on the line. Then comes another sub for the Mounties, number 22, Catherine Rutherford.
Rutherford has it right now.
And now Conyers going to shoot free throws. Says that's a foul on Claire Remley, her second. As we mentioned earlier, Conyers about a 65% free throw shooter now. Missed her first 2 earlier, but chance for the 1-and-1. Hope she at least gets the front half here.
41 seconds left in this half. The Stars are in the bonus for the remainder of it with a 1-point lead. Here's a 1-on-1 opportunity. And misses it, will not get a second shot. However, the Stars rebound this one. Jump ball, possession, Western Boone.
A good job there by Wilkinson. She's got a lot of offensive rebounds here. She's not quite got us going in the scoring yet, but good to see her still putting in work on the offense.
Gets it off to Bascom is Rutherford. Reed has it. 35 seconds, looks up and sees that and backs up.
See if they try to take the last shot here, if they go for a quick shot.
Reed with the shot. Misses that one as she tries to muscle her way inside. That one was too far to the left and results in an empty drive. 15 seconds. Southmont with Mannion. It's stolen. 10 seconds to get a shot off. Rutherford will get it to Reed. Reed with 5 seconds. Driving inside, muscles her way for the 2 and makes it. What a shot from Hillary Reed.
That's a good way to end the half there. Stars go up 3, build momentum going into the half. Build momentum especially for Hillary Reed, her first bucket of the game.
Outside the south doors, down the hallway to the left.
Yeah, in this game here, last week, or last 2 times, the last time these 2 teams played, the score was 21-20 going into the half in favor of the Stars, and here they've got an 18-15 lead. So that's halftime. We'll be back here after a word from a couple corporate members of Western Boone, but first, let's just talk about how much this pressure really got to Southmont early.
Yeah, the pressure got to both teams, really. 12 turnovers for the Mounties in the first half, 9 for the Stars, so both a little bit below average, but still quite a few turnovers. Some scoring for the half. Leading all scorers is a freshman, Emily Conyer, with 9 points. For the rest of the Stars, Addie Bascom has 3. Tori Wilkinson has 2, Hillary Reed has 2, and Emily Voiles has 2. For the Mounties, Beach leads with 6, and Thompson, Charles, and Bailey Thompson all have 3 apiece.
All right, and with that, let's take a break and head into halftime. Be back shortly on WBTV Sports.
In one word, I would describe Western Boone as welcoming.
Caring.
Incredible.
Western Boone is the hub of the community, not necessarily right in a metropolis, so to speak.
Centered, and we really hope that every student succeeds.
Every teacher really strives to teach all different types of learners.
And the teachers make me feel very special because they make you feel more like family rather than just another student.
So I try to reach all of my students and just make a personal contact, get to know them as individuals, not just pupils sitting at my desk. I often call them my kids because I look at them that way. I get them for 180 days, and I try to know them in and out.
I love teaching here because I know if I have a kid who needs help, I'm not the only one who's going to help them.
You're more than just a student to those teachers. and I see it and hear it all the time when I talk to not only our students, but our parents.
When the kids are in the halls, the teachers know them by name. They know something about them.
And you don't see that in larger schools. But at the same time, Western Boone is large enough that we provide opportunities in almost every area that a large school can provide. Western Boone has strived to be ahead in student technology with having the same laptop to take home because it provides opportunities for all students.
I am so thankful that Western Boone has embraced technology the way that it has. I use technology in my classroom every single day. It's so much more engaging, and test scores and assessments really prove that the technology is beneficial for the students.
I really like how Western Boone uses technology to help us keep in touch with our students' academics.
We get emails almost daily from both schools with updates as to what's going on campus and activities, and I really like that. We always know what's going on, and it really makes you feel a part of the community.
We've always found that students that are involved in activities are more successful and more prepared when they leave the building.
The teachers here at Western Boone not only push the kids academically, but they also encourage them to be involved.
I think sometimes at a larger district or larger schools, you may get labeled to do that one thing, and that's pretty much what you're going to do throughout your high school career. At Western Boone, it's very nice that you can go from one to the other activity as the seasons change, and it's very much encouraged.
Students with a passion can chase any dream here at Western Boone, and if they're passionate enough and work hard at it, they can be successful.
In teaming formats, and we prepare students to engage in production-related activities, manufacturing simulations. We create production systems, strategies, flow patterns, and we include the issues of safety, design, production and materials involved, and then maintenance awareness.
We're working with like 3D printing, welding simulators, laser engraving.
A lot of times it's the hands-on. When they're in the shop, they're not sitting behind a desk and doing different things. It's getting their hands dirty and actually taking things apart, putting things back together. We are kind of unique that we do actual live work on cars.
If you're not afraid to get your hands dirty, you get down to work, then this is a good class for you.
We teach basic law enforcement. I like to teach what they teach at the Sheriff's Department, City Police Department, and at the Police Academy. I want to be able to teach everybody the basics of what they need to know to get into law enforcement.
We do a lot of hands-on projects, not really a lot of paperwork, but more hands-on, like we do scenarios, we do room searches.
Someone that's hardworking, someone that loves children, someone that has an interest in maybe teaching or social work, even nursing in like pediatrics.
My favorite part is probably getting close with the kids because I love kids. So whenever they like get attached to you and run up and hug you every day, that just brings a smile to your face.
EMT class. What we're starting to do is we're teaching the skills that EMTs use on a daily basis to preserve life. We usually get called at the worst times in people's lives.
My favorite part is definitely all the hands-on stuff that we get to do with each of our classmates, and we get to really put those things to use when we ride out on the ambulance here and in the clinicals when we're in the ER.
So it's pretty cool because we do get to interact with the paramedics, and like when we do our clinicals, we get to assist them. So it's an actual like preview of our future.
The West Central Fire Rescue 1 class consists of everything that either a career or a volunteer fire department would do according to the state of Indiana curriculum guidelines. We learn basic firefighting, basic building construction, basic fire behavior. We do hazardous materials training. We do vehicle extrication.
There's nothing like it. You look forward to coming to class, and you know it's not part of the day. It goes so fast, and you hate that it goes so fast. But you know you kind of become like family with all the other kids in the class.
So the class is all about getting the students the basic entry-level skills that they need. CPR and first aid, being able to do a full suite of vital signs on patients, getting them the basic knowledge that it takes to enter the clinical rotation side of our program.
If you're even thinking about anything medical, wanting to do anything in that field of study or work, just take the class, try it out.
We're going to be taking care of residents in long-term care, learning all their basic needs from transferring to wheelchairs, thickening fluids, passing trays, doing their blood pressure, their pulse, their respirations, making their bed, just everything that they need.
This program will really give me the jump start that I need to help work hands-on in hospitals, nursing homes, anything that I can do to better myself to be a nurse.
That we prepare students for everything heating, cooling related. Get them certified, get them prepared for the job market, get them employment ready.
Everybody has an AC, everybody has heating at home. I tried it last year and had a blast with it and decided to take a second year of it.
When you're part of the radio TV class, you're no longer a student, but an employee of a TV station. And we do everything that a TV station would do. We do a live newscast every day that's seen by the entire school, but we do lots more than that. We do movie production, where we actually produce a scary movie every year here at the school. We do podcasting. We learn how to edit using Adobe Premiere.
My favorite part is definitely being on air. I kind of have a big personality and talk a lot, so being on air kind of suits my personality and getting to know everybody and getting to tell the stories of Western Boone.
Welcome back here out of the half. We're back into it. Third quarter of play starts right now.
Yeah, the same lineup start for both teams. Obviously, we weren't sure if Finch is gonna come out here with 3 fouls, but she is, and hopefully she don't pick up that fourth real quick for the Mounties.
She's got the ball right now, gonna drive inside, goes up to the basket and makes 2 points. That is why you want her on the floor.
Yeah, leading scorers, averaging about 12 points a game, as we mentioned.
Player tying their shoe on the right side of the screen where you can't see it, but that caused the officials' timeout. Bascom will inbound this one.
Looks like Southmont's going to come out in a man-to-man. Saw a couple different defenses. Saw a 3-2, a 2-3, and a man-to-man. And some press from the Mounties. See if they try to stick with that. And a good layup there by Reed. Saw her make the last basket for the Stars in the first half and picks it up here in the second.
Good time to get hot. Hillary Reed. The ball stays in bounds, now out of bounds. Remains in possession of the Stars. Excuse me, that's Mountie ball. (20-17) the score. Just a little bit less than a minute into this one, and the ball gets inbounded.
Pass it to Charles there. Good job by Reed to get out quick. They know Charles isn't afraid to shoot that. We've seen her take a couple deep threes already. Here's Belle Miller with the shot.
Misses it. Now Reed gonna drive up the court, now the right side. Takes another layup and makes it. What a shot from Hillary Reed.
Yeah, and Reed starting to warm it up here, averaging about 8 points a game. She scored the last 6 to make it possibly 7 for the Stars, and that's a good sign to start the half this year. Coach Alexander and the Stars. Reed, the 4th-year senior, been on varsity for 4 years now, started off as a freshman, and she's been one of the leaders for the last couple years, and good to see her get some success. She also got the Lilly Scholarship last week. She'll be attending Butler University, so a lot going right now for Reed.
That one too short. Doesn't even hit the rim. And there's a travel. Stars will have possession.
And Veach, only an 8% three-point shooter, 1 for 9 on the year. Now that make her 11%. As we mentioned, a lot of times here, South only shooting 22% from 3, so they will take those shots.
That was Reed's hook shot from earlier. Let's get back onto the floor now with Conyer. Driving inside, this one's tipped out, but remains in possession of the Stars, thanks to Emily Voiles being in the right spot over in the corner. Voiles with some open floor, doesn't take the shot, gets it to the big girl Wilkinson, who does, and makes that basket.
That's Wilkinson's first basket, and the Stars offense is connecting right now. A good pass and a turnover there.
The Stars with an opportunity. This one's down low, rolls out of bounds. Western Boone possession off the foot of one in gray.
There's another turnover for the Mounties there.
Over to the corner with Bascom. Bascom with a lot of pressure from Veach. Gets her own one. And now Reed comes inside. Calls over Voiles, and Voiles slows things down to start this off. A lot of pressure from this Mountie defense.
That's going to be another foul on Addie Charles. She's pleading her case with the ref there, but says he bumped her, and that's going to be 2 quick fouls for the Mounties here in this third quarter.
Mounties, number 23, Addie Charles, going to be her second.
Here's Bascom out of bounds, number 52 at the bottom of the screen. To inbound, this one has a girl open. This one's tipped out of bounds. Western Boone ball after it was tipped off the hands of Natalie Mannion, the 5'7" junior.
Reed going to inbound it out from the baseline and see if they can get a good play here. Pass out to Bascom in the wing.
Over to the right wing, now to the top of the key. To the corner, a 2-point jumper, and makes it. Is number 10, Emily Voiles.
Yeah, and everything connecting for the Stars right now. 10-point lead, they get that pressure.
That's 10 seconds. Turnover, just barely not making it across. She had another half second, Brunty. That wouldn't have been a turnover. Let's take a look at replay from earlier. That really high 2-point jumper from Voiles, the last shot made. Driving inside hard, shoots this one and makes it. Hillary Reed again.
On fire. Great start to this half for the Stars, up 12 quick.
And what impressive play from Reed. And with that, we'll take a break here and head into a break. You'll hear from our sponsor and then back from us shortly on WBTV Sports.
WBTV Sports is proud to welcome LSI Lawn and Landscape Services to our broadcast family. Give Landon a call or text at 317-430-5007. LSI is your proven leader for all your turf care needs, from mowing and trimming to tree and shrub installation. LSI can even handle all your snow removal needs. That's LSI Lawn and Landscape.
Welcome back here to Stephen A. Wall Gymnasium. The Stars on a quick run to go ahead on the scoreboard after being really close at halftime.
Yeah, and a quick 11 points here already for the Stars. Hillary Reed with 8 of them coming out of the half. She hasn't missed a shot yet. I don't know if the Stars have missed a shot yet, and it's all because of that press they're able to run after made baskets.
Yeah, and Reed's been really impressive. Let's take a look at one of her highlights from just now, where she drove inside, went up, and then somehow made her 3rd consecutive basket of that fashion.
Yeah, and the good thing about Reed is she's not just scoring. She scored 8 points this half, but she's also assisted on 2 of the other baskets to Wilkinson and Voiles, that is, and Stars in that press again. See if they can see if Southmont can break it with their 3 non-starters in here. They do it quickly, and it looks like Beach's going to go up for a layup and make it.
With the left hand, 2 points there, and stops the dry spell. Still down 10, but Southmont, like I said earlier, trying to chip away at the lead, and sure enough, when I said that, they went on their run. This one goes out of bounds as Emma Ward hits it out, but remains in possession of Addie Bascom and the Stars.
Yeah, no surprise here. Veach, the leading scorer on both these teams, the first to crack double digits. Reed is 1 point away, and Conyer is 1 point away with 9, but
Conyer hadn't taken a shot since first quarter, I believe.
Yeah, that's a good thing about this Western Boone team is they don't have to have one specific shooter. Everyone can do it.
Well, we remember how last year went, where the Stars, all they had on offense was Maddie Jones, and the only thing Winchester had to do in the regional championship was shut down Jones. There's a missed shot by Reed. They're trying to break the press. Turnover. Reed with the ball, with numbers, and the spin, and it's in. Reed breaks that double-digit barrier with maybe her most impressive 2-pointer of the night after 4 straight consecutive ones.
And there's another turnover, and Reed's going to get the ball.
Can she do it again? Reed misses that one.
Then she gets a quick foul there. That's her first on the game, but still like the effort there to go for that ball.
Now here's this play. Phenomenal job by Hillary Reed with the spin and the left-handed hook.
And in comes a freshman we don't see too often. It's number 14, Carly Pennington for the Stars.
Comes in and replaces Tori Wilkinson. Now Southmont's going to take this one up. Facing that pressure, Reed and Voiles. And Reed with another steal. Reed goes up for 2, misses that one. She's missed 2 straight, but is made up with it with 4 before that. And now Southmont with numbers. Takes the 3, misses that one. Rebound for, still on the ground, Western Boone. And now Voiles picks this one up. Voiles with numbers. The shot is no good. The turnover.
It's going to be the 3rd foul on Addie Bascom. They're calling offensive foul here. And Pennington, the 5'9" freshman here, likely to help with the trap, and out comes Addie Bascom on a foul trouble, and Tori Wilkinson comes right back in.
I'm sure Coach would have liked to give Tori Wilkinson a bit more rest. She playing really good down under the basket, but there the 3rd foul from Bascom forces Alexander's hand. Double team over in the corner, gets this pass off, and now an open 3. Bailey Thompson makes the shot. 3-pointer from the 5'3" senior.
Thompson's second 3 there takes the lead back within single digits. Stars going to slow some things down now, a bit of a high tempo in that last couple minutes.
31-22, driving inside, now out. 3-pointer. Conyer makes it. 12 points to her name, all on 3s.
And Conyer here has doubled her 3-point total on the year, 4 tonight, 8 on the season now, and another turnover for the Mounties. A big 3rd quarter for the Stars here. 16 points already. We still got a little under 3 minutes left. And this is what you like to see. The offense getting some momentum and hitting some good shots.
Without Kara Brewer. Here's Voiles getting inbound. It gets it to Reed. This one rolls. Now Voiles gets it again. Back to Reed. Almost took the 3, but that one likely would have been blocked with Emma Ward right there in her face. Here's Hillary Reed. Gets the screen. 1 on each side. Gets it down low, and the shot is blocked by Veach, who has the ball. 2 on 3. Her team doesn't have numbers, so she'll back up and restart this offense. Thompson for 2. Misses that one just barely off the backboard. Puts it up and misses that as well. The rebound. Foul came before.
That's going to be a foul. Wilkinson, her first there, going for the rebound, and the Stars have 3 now in the quarter. And in comes Addie Charles and Natalie Mania. So all the starters are back on the floor, except for Claire Remley. See if these starters can take off some of the pressure that Western Boone has been given to Southmont.
Out of bounds, needs to get it off. She does. Big girl goes inside. This one's stolen. Guess who? Hillary Reed with the ball. looking for Conyer instead. She'll just have to back things up. Didn't have any help, but down low, Pennington was open. Still has it now to Reed. 4-3, and it's in. Hillary Reed with a three-pointer. She has been doing it all this quarter.
That was a good pass there by the freshman Pennington, and yet another turnover on the Mounties. And everything going Western Boone's way right now. They've doubled their score here in the third quarter alone.
And the main proponent of that is Southmont, just simply trying to break the full court pressure. Western Boone's possession. Voiles has it out of bounds. An open Conyer instead gets it to Reed. Reed has been on fire in this quarter, as has the rest of this Western Boone team, as we just mentioned. Over the corner. Needs to get rid of it, facing pressure. Squirms her way to get the ball to Pennington, the freshman, who makes the mistake and gives it over.
The great thing about Reed that we can see right now is that although she's got the hot hand, she's not just trying to shoot. And there's going to be the third foul, I believe, on number 23, Addie Charles. See if they have to sub her out at all here.
Checking in for Western Boone, number 21, Audrey Knoper.
Audrey Knoper's going to come onto the court and send Pennington back to the bench after she gave up the turnover down low. Sacrifices some size for some speed. Voiles gets this one off down low, and will it be stolen? Jump ball.
Be Western Boone ball here. And Southmont employing a little press of their own here, trying to see if they can cause some chaos on their end, get some free baskets like the Stars have done in this half so far.
Here's Voiles out of bounds. Minute 24 left in this quarter. The Stars have dominated to this point. Reed's going to set stuff up, calls up a couple screens. They have two. One of them takes successful. Three-pointer is short, air ball. Stolen by the Stars down low, and a two-pointer from Emily Conyer.
And the thing about Southmont running their press is it's a man-to-man press, so the second that someone gets that press in, the inbound pass, it's easy to break because you send everyone else down the floor.
And Southmont is very much frustrated right now. This game is as good as over if Southmont keeps this frustrated mentality.
Yeah, it's never a good sign when teammates start arguing with each other and blaming each other. Obviously, the coach probably going to talk about that here at the end of the fourth quarter, but Stars want to keep up this momentum and just keep playing strong.
Conyer has it now to number 21 of the Stars. Gets it off to Wilkinson. Back to Reed. 35 seconds.
Stars may just sit here and take this last shot. There's no shot clock in Indiana basketball, obviously, so they can sit here for the last 25 seconds and take as much time as they want now the rest of the game, really.
That's a foul as Wilkinson tried to go in hard on the basket with her left hand. 21 and a half seconds left in the third. 39-22 is the score.
It's going to be a foul on Isabel Miller. That's only her first in the game, though.
It's going to be on Bella Miller.
He's going to take it on the baseline here with 21 seconds left. Excuse me, that's Voiles.
Has this one out of bounds, looking to get it in. And this one's tipped. Let it go out of bounds instead. Keeps it, gets it to Knoper for three, and makes it another three-pointer from Emily Conyer. She cannot miss tonight. And this will be a game to remember for number 5.
Yeah, a breakout game for the freshman here.
And the double team, the buzzer goes up 0-0. Still a foul. That one was Conyers.
That's going to be her second.
And she comes up to coach, says, I didn't push anybody. Nevertheless, we'll head into a break here. The last quarter break of the game. Heading into the fourth quarter here shortly. I'm Nathaniel Finch in the presence of Tyler Brunty on WBTV Sports.
C&J Well Company is a proud sponsor of WBTV Sports. This locally owned family business can help you with high-quality wells, pumps, and water treatment. Give them a call at 317-852-9355 and ask about their $100 savings for a 6-point inspection fall special. Bacteria sampling, pump tests, pressure tank tests, and flow evaluation, C&J Well Company can do it all.
We're back here. Stars up big, 42-22. And with 8 new minutes up on the board, as hot as the Stars are playing, you got to imagine they're going to be adding to this score.
Yeah, in that quarter alone, Conyer had 9 points and Reed had 11, so they scored 20 points for the Stars. Stars more than doubled their score, putting up 24 as a team in that quarter.
See, the first time these two teams met up this year in that Sugar Creek Classic Championship, the Stars, they only scored 9 points in the third quarter. And here, they scored way more than that as they are up 42-22. Went into the halftime with a single-digit lead, and now they're up double digits. 20-point deficit for Southmont.
And now a new player in, number 2, the junior Marissa Craig, averaging about half a point per game.
Charles going to get this one into Craig. Driving left. Now back right. An open shot for a 3, instead driving inside. And the 2-pointer with a nice shot there by number 12, Hannah Thompson. Reed going to take it across the timeline, now down low, takes the 2-pointer and misses that one. She has been on fire down low and misses that. We'll see a foul, a blocking foul by Conyer.
They send Charles to the line.
Fouls on Western Booze number 5, Emily Conyer.
That was Conyer's third foul. The player is playing as well as she is. You got to hope she doesn't pick up that 4th foul. That one, it's made, so take a look up at the scoreboard right now. 5 fouls called against the home team, 4 against Southmont, and we may be seeing some bonus shots by the end of this one. Next shot is up and in, 2 for 2 at the line. That trip is Addie Charles.
And we're gonna see Southmont obviously push it. We're gonna see Webo probably hold up the tempo, try to take as much time with the clock, but they can't let their foot off the pedal here just because they were up 20. Southmont's already scored a quick 4, and they won't go away.
Rutherford rolls this one across the floor, jump ball. Possession for Western Boone. And yeah, you mentioned how they're going to just try to slow things down. You saw with Catherine Rutherford, who's, by the way, going to inbound right here, when she was running up the court, she had a lane to go to the basket. And instead, she was constantly looking behind her to try to just back up and slow things down. Voiles has it. Going to drive inside, gets it down low. And then the pass out to the aforementioned Rutherford. No good as they call the travel on Tori Wilkinson. Now Southmont has it after that turnover. Almost a minute has elapsed here in the 4th quarter of play so far. 42-26 is the score. Southmont has this one, but is overthrown again. And Southmont's coach Oakley is really upset right now as he drops to the ground.
Like we mentioned with this man-to-man press, the second they get that ball inbounded, Coach Alexander has enough trust in Reed to just take it down by herself and break that press, which she does almost consistently.
Here's Voiles now to Reed. Across the court, this time Wilkinson makes up for the mistake and goes back and gets it to retain possession. Almost 30 seconds eclipsing off the clock with this drive. Here's Reed with some pressure, now to Wilkinson, and Rutherford has it.
And there's a lot of pressure from Southmont right now. Stars are just content to work out of that pressure, get back up where Voiles and Reed are by the timeline, break that 5-second closely guarded, and just take off time, taking about 30 seconds off this right now. And
that's a full minute elapsing now, and this Stars team, it's a good time to have some of these younger guys in on the court. They're up big. They've got Knoper and Rutherford on the floor right now, and players who don't usually come in as much. Baskin will come back in after a lot of fouls earlier in the game.
Yeah, and although the Stars have a big lead, it was shown obviously quick that a lot of points can be put up in a hurry if the team catches fire, so they still got to be careful.
Southmont possession after that one. Inbounding will be Addie Charles. Some disconnection with her players. She gets it to Veach. And that's a travel by Veach. Another turnover here today.
That's 20 for the Mounties today in turnover category. Stars have kept theirs down from their average. They're only at 11 right now. And that control of the ball has obviously helped, as you can tell by the scoreboard right now.
We'll see a foul there as Reed tried to go to the left side on the far side wing. And that, I believe, will be the first foul, yes, by Marissa Craig.
And both teams now with 5 fouls with about 6 minutes left in this, so expect to see some bonus because the Mounties are obviously going to have to start playing a little bit more aggressive.
Rutherford for 2 and misses that one as it rolls off the far side of the rim. Rutherford with a nice effort there, undersized down low.
That's going to be the 6th foul for the Stars, and over the back on Audrey Knoper, her first. And although the Stars obviously aren't scoring as frequently as they did in that third quarter, that is fine by them being up 16 right now.
Trying to break the press, they do. Down low takes a shot and misses. That one is Remley. And a foul called.
And that's going to be Bascom's 4th and send Veach to the line to shoot some free throws.
Alexander looks down her bench trying to find someone else to bring in.
Veach, a 41% free throw shooter on the year. Southmont as a team is only 48%, so expect about a miss and a make. High arcing shot goes in, much like Hillary Reed's free throw.
Bascom heads to the bench after 4 fouls. And the girl with 3 fouls to her name will replace her, Emily Conyer, who has scored a lot tonight, especially on those threes. Here's the second out of 2. 42-27, make that 28 for the Mounties. Not out of it yet, but definitely need some consistent points and some good defense. Reed breaks the press rather easily as the girl heads to the bench, or heads to the floor, that is, excuse me. Hard landing. Fakes the 3, and that is a foul.
No, that's going to be another turnover. That's 3 seconds in the lane on Tori Wilkinson.
Mounties are in the bonus. They have the ball moving from right to left. And that bad pass, unforced turnover, maybe a tip. Nevertheless, the Stars will have this one out of bounds.
Yeah, it looks like it just slipped out of Charles' hands here.
Expecting some pressure. There's the screen, the rollout, and Reed has it going down. The foul called as she tried to run down the middle of the lane.
That was on the Mounties, number 33.
That was on number 33, Claire Remley, the foul there. 5:18 up on the clock, 42-28 the score. The 6th foul called now on the Mounties, so both teams will be in the 1-and-1 after Reed throws this one in. Here's some pressure. Conyer has it, nice dribbling. This one goes out of bounds and tipped out by Southmont. Reed will step back to inbound this one, forcing the cheerleaders to take a step back to give Reed some room for this pass. She does, facing pressure from Craig, and now Rutherford has it. 5 minutes left to go, and the foul there.
The foul's going to be the 4th on Veach, and it's going to send Conyer to the line.
And here's that 1-on-1 bonus shot I alluded to. Both teams in the bonus. 7 against each team, and as we mentioned, Veach is 4th. She's been playing very well tonight. You got to wonder if Coach leaves her in or not.
At this point, I think he will leave her in. She's one of the chances they have to get back from this 14-point deficit.
The free throw is made by Conyer. She gets another opportunity. And a nice shot there.
Yeah, and you can see the, you can't see it's off screen here. Tori Wilkinson and Audrey Knoper back the bigs right now for the Stars instead of being in the lane because they're hoping Conyer makes this free throw, which he does, and now they can employ that press.
2-on-2 in the backcourt. Thompson will take this one to the left side. Bailey, that is. And goes out of bounds. Western Boone ball, another turnover. Those Mounties are keeping you busy with your turnover tally. Rutherford inbound this one. We'll see a screen. Conyer has it. Keeping possession of the ball, but facing a lot of pressure. We'll see a foul. That's number 33, Claire Remley. Another foul to her name.
That's the fourth foul on her, and it's going to send Emily Conyer to the line again, I believe.
At the line shooting the 1-and-1.
Conyer was mentioned about a 70% free throw shooter on the year. Made the last two, see if she can make these two.
Fixes her shoelaces, and now it's Charity Stripe. Let's see what she can do after a successful 1-on-1 opportunity last time. Here's another one. Makes the first, she'll get another try. 3 for 3 on her last three, trying to extend that number here is the freshman Emily Conyer. Here's her shot. Makes it. 2 for 2 on that 1-on-1 chance. Rifling this one into Veach. A nice pass to Craig. Craig goes up, and a foul on the defense by Knoper.
It's going to send Craig to the line. Craig, a 43% free throw shooter, 3 of 7 on the year. It's 2 shots regardless, though, as that's a shooting foul.
Shooting with the 1-and-1 is Craig.
46-28, your score. Time running out. Maybe the comeback starts here. The shot is up and missed by Craig, who we saw come in late into the third quarter. The junior.
I've not seen a lot of Natalie Mannion this half. Craig came in for her early in the third quarter and hasn't been out since.
A really high free throw there, falls through. Point for Craig. This one's kicked. And we'll just start this one over.
Entering the lineup,
out of bounds.
Number 30, Michaela Poppy.
In comes a senior, number 30, Michaela Appia, averaging about 0.4 points per game.
About 0.4, I mean roughly around, yeah. Here's Reed. With some pressure from Thompson, who's played well, especially on defense. Bailey Thompson, number 3 of the Mounties. And now Wilkinson has it behind the arc. Conyer, 4 minutes and 21 seconds. And dropping off the clock. Down low, an opportunity for 2. No, gets it to Conyer, who has the opportunity for 3. Instead elects to pass.
Yeah, smart move by Conyer there. They realize they don't need a 3, especially when it's not a great look.
This one, the high one, recovered by Knoper. Knoper's going to drive inside. Here's a 3-pointer from Rutherford, and she misses that one. There remains possession of the Stars, and they'll likely try to do the same thing they just did, dropping about 30 seconds off the clock.
Yeah, that's the first 3-point attempt for Rutherford on the year. Averaging about half a point for the Stars.
Here's Reed out of bounds, calls for some help. Rutherford with the shot, and it's blocked. Western Boone possession once again. Well, let's try this again. Conyer takes a step back. Gets this one, pass to nobody, but Reed takes it anyway, drives inside, and it's almost stolen from her. Jump ball. I don't think that was a jump ball, Tyler. She had it in one hand trying to drive up, and it was forced out of her hands, but nevertheless, possession for Southmont. Needs to get rid of it. She does. This is Thompson. And Bailey Thompson's going to take this one up. Driving inside, tries to break the press. Instead, the tall Wilkinson blocks it, gets it to Reed, who's going to go to work now with 3:35 up on the clock. Likely going to try to chew a lot of it off here like they did last drive. Backing up, a nice spin there. We've seen that move quite a bit of times from Reed here tonight. Knoper has it. On the far wing now to Rutherford. .15 seconds off the clock since the Stars touched it.
Yeah, this is a great offense to run to just stall time. Lots of screens that'll get you open. And
Two girls go hard to the floor, one of which is Wilkinson for the Stars. The other one looked to be Emma Ward for the Mounties.
It's going to be a foul on Ward. Her first is going to send Wilkinson to the line for a free throw.
46-29 the score. And here is the shot. The 9th foul called on the team in gray, so after this one, every shot from here will be a 2-point opportunity, and misses that one is Wilkinson. Missed a couple earlier in the game. Here's Southmont with 3 minutes left. Down 46-29. Here's a three-pointer. Misses that one too far to the right from number 3, Thompson. Foul called in the far corner of the court. Remember, stay tuned, because after this game, we've got another varsity basketball game for you. This time the boys from both these two schools will be squaring off following this game around 7:30. But with this game extending so long, that one will likely be pushed back. Still 2:51 left up on the clock, and here come the two seniors. Boyles comes on and Bascom comes on. Bascom, remember, has 4 fouls.
Yeah, Alexander puts the starting lineups back in for the Stars.
Try to close this game out. Misses the free throw, rebounded by the Mounties, though. We'll drive inside. This one's out of bounds. Still Mountie ball.
And there are only 2 starters for the Mounties in right now. That's Veach and Remley. Tori Wilkinson's done a good job of containing Sydney Veach, averaging about 12 points a game, and she's in double figures right now, but
it sure doesn't feel like that. I mean, Veach has played well, but it feels like with the amount of shots Veach has taken, she should have a lot more points than that.
Yeah, this is a great game for Tori Wilkinson. Undersized relatively against the Mounties, but definitely had her way. Probably somewhere around 15 rebounds this game.
She's played well, and she really got the tone started in the beginning of the game with a lot of shots taken from down low, getting her own rebound to put back. Didn't make a whole lot of shots here tonight, but she's played very well, especially on defense and off the board. Here's the shot from Oppie. This one is up and in. 16-point ball game. Here's Voiles. Voiles with 3 people pressuring her. Gets it to Conyer. Conyer gonna drive inside, takes a 2-pointer, and the putback miss from Wilkinson. Gets her own rebound. Bascom for 2 and makes it. The jump shot by Addie Bascom, who doesn't take those very often. The center senior makes that one. Down lows Veach, misses that one off the backboard. And jump ball, Addie Bascom gets her hands in on that one, tries to make the steal. Possession Western Boone. 2:12 up on the clock. It's an 18-point game. Bascom, who scored last, will inbound it. Addie gets it, and we'll see a quick foul called on Thompson.
Thompson's second send the Stars into the double bonus as well. Connie to shoot some more free throws.
Number 3, Bailey Thompson, her second, team 10 at the line shooting. 4 rebounds, number 5, Conyer.
Emily Conyer has shot relatively well from that free throw line. She's around that 60, a little north of 63% on the night, or on the, on the season. Makes this one.
Yeah, she missed her first 2, but she's made the last 5 here in the 4th quarter. So raising that some percentage points here at the very end of this game.
This one to put them up by 20. The shot is up, and it is in.
And Star still employing that press here.
Just over 2 minutes left in this one. This one, the high tip from Wilkinson. The Stars recover it. And with 2 minutes to see how much time the Stars will try to take off the clock here. Conyer has it. She's going to drive inside and go to the basket. This one is sent out of bounds as she tried to shoot that one and slapped out of her hands.
Number 42, Bell Miller.
This is a good win for the Stars, as we mentioned, on a 3-game skid, ending that here. for their next couple games. You want to tell us about that, Nathaniel?
Yeah, here as the ball will be inbounded from the Stars. You mentioned the 3-game skid. They lost to Tri-West here at home. They traveled to Zionsville and lost to Danville here at home. And finally, they can put something on tape for this home crowd against Southmont. And here their ensuing games, they've got the tournament in Vincennes that we mentioned. That's a 5-second violation. But the Stars will travel down to Vincennes over break and have that tournament down there. And then they'll come back and play Fountain Central here at home on the 7th of January. And like we mentioned, that is the target date for Kara Brewer with her foot injury. Minute 45, just under. Here's a shot. It's up. It's missed. Conyer has it now, facing the really tall Miller. And now Reed goes to work with a minute 35 left to kill.
Yeah, and a great comeback performance, obviously, after the game versus 11, where they only scored 20 to put up 50 in this game, and more importantly, 25 in one quarter shows that the offense is potent, especially when Brewer comes back.
And then Flory after that. Things should start to fall into place for this Stars team heading later into the season, into sectional play. And here, a really nice stop. Voiles for the layup, and she's fouled trying to go up to the basket. 64 seconds left. And now we'll see Voiles with 2 shots.
Voiles getting her first free throw opportunity of the night here. 45% shooter on the year, 5 of 11. Fell on Emma Ward, her second of the game.
Voiles from the free throw line. Here's her shot. The senior misses it. Still has another opportunity. Shooting has not been Voiles' strong suit.
In come the subs here for finish out the game for the Stars. Good reward for the bench players and the starters here as they get a quick breather and give the bench players some opportunities. Voiles
Shooting
makes
now.
that free throw.
And that puts her at 46% on the season.
And now all freshmen and sophomore in for the Stars, so you could be looking at some future big-time players here in the next couple years for Western Boone.
And here Southmont has a chance to make the score look a little bit better. But Conyer has something to say about that down low. The shot is missed. Put back, missed. Put back, made. Finally, Isabel Miller, 6-foot sophomore.
And like we mentioned earlier, Wilkinson has done a great job in the paint. That's Miller's first basket, and not sure who that foul's going to be on. It's going to be on Macy Woodrum, the freshman. That's going to be her first foul.
Yeah, she went to the ground hard and got back up. Called with a foul. With that one, obviously not a shooting eligible foul. 40 seconds and dropping for Southmont. Some pressure in the steal and another foul. And really trying to make this boys game take a bit longer, I guess.
That was on the Mounties, number 2.
It's going to send Catherine Rutherford to the line. She's 100% on the year, a perfect 2 for 2.
We'll see what she can do about that here. Her first shot of 2, up by 19. Make that 20. 3 for 3 on the year, 1 for 1 tonight. Here's shot number 2. The left-handed shooter. And misses that one. Conyer has this one, and maybe the best case scenario for the Stars, miss the free throw and kill some more time off the clock. 20-point lead with 25 seconds left. Moving over to the left side, still facing a lot of pressure. Driving inside, now back out. And now the foul from Emma Ward.
Fouls on Southmont's number 5, Emma Ward.
That's Ward's third foul. Obviously, it doesn't matter with 15 seconds left. But now we'll see Emily Conyer at the line. Now in that high 60s range after making quite a bit of free throws tonight. Here's her shot. It's up and in. Here's Emily Conyer with her second shot. And her point total pretty high tonight. Here it is. Up and in. 2 for 2 at the line. Now up by 22 is Western Boone. The Mounties trying to post something here for this last drive. Misses the shot, goes out of bounds. Still Southmont's possession. 7.2 seconds to go before we take a break and head into the boys' game. Craig needs to get rid of it. She does finally. Gets it off to Hannah Thompson. Thompson down low, up high, and makes the shot. Isabel Miller, and that'll be it, folks. 54-34. The Stars with an improbable 20-point win without their star player. Kara Brewer comes out and shows everybody that there's something to watch for on this team. Beating Southmont for the second time this year. Tyler, let's take a look at some numbers.
Yeah, for the Southmont Mounties, some notable scores. Sydney Beach gets her average again with 12 points. Bailey Thompson, good production off the bench with 6 points, 2 3-pointers. Then Hannah Thompson and Addie Charles both had 5. And Isabel Miller, the 6-foot sophomore, put up 4 points in the second half, a couple of late scores. On to the Stars, your leading scorer for the entire game, Emily Conyer, the freshman, with 25 points. 16 second half points and 5 threes tonight. Hillary Reed with 14 points coming second and 12 second half points. Then Wilkinson, Voiles, and basketball had 4 points, and Rutherford, the freshman, with 1 free throw.
Now, Tyler, you mentioned Conyer. She's the freshman. She's the player of the game tonight, and she scored the most points of anyone on the court tonight. And the difference between Western Boone last Friday against Lebanon and Western Boone this Friday against Southmont is Emily Conyer. Conyer struggled mightily in this last game here at Stephen A. Wall Gymnasium, and here she puts up all those points that you mentioned, and rightly so, the Stars win by 20.
Yeah, and like we mentioned, went 1 for 7 in the Lebanon game, but when she hit that first 3 today, she got her confidence, and the combined 28 points that Reed and Conyer put up in the second half alone almost outscored the Southmont the entire game. So if you have that success, it's hard to lose.
And with that, we will take a break here. Be back in around 20 minutes or so for the Western Boone boys varsity basketball game against Southmont. And we'll take a break here and be back shortly. Catch us on Twitter at WevoRDTV, where you can find the link to our to the next game, or stay here on this YouTube channel.